recording. Welcome to Kaiser's Castle today. We are doing some fun talk at the cellar.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, Shuffy, this is Vinny. How you doing? I'm in the cellar here.
Outstanding, outstanding. Can you grab a bottle of the red vino, my brother, Paisan?
Hey, forget about it. I got it right over here.
Sounds good, sounds good. You gonna light up a cigar with me today, and we gonna talk some fun shit?
Yeah, let me strap myself into this rocking chair over here.
There you go, there you go. Make sure I better tighten up my belt too, brother, because this is gonna be a fun ride today. Well, I know, Vinny, you had a rant you wanted to go on, and I know you were gonna make it very funny, and because of scheduling conflicts, we were not able to do this for the people the other day. I want you to bring that back, and you run with that, baby. And hey, I'll be right here to riff off it if I need to. God bless.
Hey, how's this, guys? I started the day off with Chinese food. I had roast pork fried rice for breakfast.
Nice.
So if you hear a couple of untoward sounds, they're all me. I promise you.
Well, I don't know. I had some nice spaghetti with a nice homemade sauce, my brother.
Hey, now you're talking. Hey, I know how to make the sauce too over here.
Oh yeah. Dagos can do that. Hey, but one thing I will say is I spent a lot of time on that sauce. Got the sauce just magnifique. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you got to do, right?
That's right, Paisan.
Got to cut the garlic just like nothing. Like paper thin.
There you go.
You gotta take your time. Take your time to do what's right.
Take your time. Don't worry about it.
Hey, make sure you got a lot of meats in there.
Oh yeah, I put some nice hot Italian sausage.
Oofa.
Mixed in some hamburger. Got out some bread. You know the kind I'm talking about. Long.
Nice and crunchy. Hey, I gotta get that hero from Nick and Joe's over there.
Nice.
You can make that with this hero over here.
I pressed a couple daggone leaves, or what do you call those? The pods on a garlic pods, garlic triangles, whatever you want to call them. I pressed them out using my Pampered Chef presser.
Nice.
Into some butter. I whipped it up into a nice frothy whip.
You're killing me over here.
Put it on the bread, and then took it out to the grill. Wood fired. Ooh, far.
You're killing me. Yeah.
Yep. We know good food in this place.
Let me tell you, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. I can tell you, when I was living by myself, I went out 4 times. I ate out 4 times only. But I had actually one of the best pizza restaurants around me at Rocco's. I used to go to Rocco's.
Right.
Now, I didn't get a picture put up in Rocco's, but I can do that,
Yeah, man. Snap a pic, and next time we talk about Rocco's, I'll be able to put it in the screenshot.
Hey, forget about it.
That's all.
Hey, Grimaldi's. Now they're going to do a picture of me in Grimaldi's. I was supposed to come in and just chow down a whole pie by myself.
Nice. Now, hey, the 2 times I've been
but that's too mean. I can't do that. I got friends,
Oh, yeah. 2 times I've been to New York was one time I was in the Bronx and South Bronx off Andrews Ave with my buddy Ruben Roman.
South Bronx.
You know that. And then the other time, it was hilarious. I was in Brooklyn with my other bro, Mike. Not going to say his last name. We were both working for the same agency at one time. So anyways, he takes me to this little corner spot, right?
Hey, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
What was the name of that place? Heights. Something Heights, where they the whole neighborhood was being called racist or something.
Oh, Crown Heights. Crown Heights. That's where they had that motorcade. Yeah, that's where they went a little nuts over there, So they turned the streets into a drag race.
Yeah, I do remember that. But the funniest thing, this dude, he's Puerto Rican, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm the only PR in this town. I like it. And he says nothing happens. And as we're pulling up to in front of his house,
there's a friggin' riot.
No. Somebody's car is up on blocks, dude. Oh, and he's like, that car wasn't like that when I left today. But he took me to this spot, man. It's a good spot when all the police are there. and you had the New York, as only New York has those big ass vans. They've got the vans out there and the cars, and everybody selling pizza by the slice.
Oofa.
Oofa, yeah, man, it was good shit. So anyway, go ahead and tell your story about Rocco's.
All right. Hey, well, actually, now I want to tell you something about Rocco's. I can tell you a story about Spumoni Gardens. Now, I haven't been there in ages, and I know the guy got murdered there, which was unfortunate. But what a slice of pizza these guys make! I got to tell you, if you ever had Spumoni Gardens, what they do is they make a Sicilian and they make it backwards.
Nice.
Instead of dropping the cheese on the sauce, they drop the sauce on the cheese.
Nice.
And it makes. I mean, this stuff you could go there, I guess, without teeth, without a tooth in your mouth, and you can eat this pizza.
No chewing.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah. No.
I mean, I think people should try and make it at home, but I think it's just too intimidating, so nobody does it.
Oh, it's tricky, man, because that cheese will burn quick.
Ooh.
Oh, now we've turned it into a cooking show. You know,
that's what the heck? Yeah, what the heck? We have some fun here.
You know, that's one thing I love to do. Everybody who knows me, who's been to my house,
everybody likes the matcha.
Exactly. You come to my castle, and I'm gonna make you something, and it's gonna be Dago. So I can make, I'll grill out some steak, some bird. I don't give a shit. Some pork. I'll put a little pig on the grill a lot.
Yeah, I can't wait for Mulberry Street over in September. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I might smoothie on up for that. But one thing I'll tell you, I got a ham. I just remembered a fresh quarter of ham.
Yeah, you hear that, you Muslims out there? Nice ham.
I got a hind quarter. I may barbecue that this weekend.
Yeah,
and if I do,
how about a pound of ham? All right.
Oh yeah. I'll ship some out to you. I don't know. I can't because I'd have to salt cure it.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right with me, brother.
It would change the flavor though, because this is freshly cut off a pig, right?
Yeah. Don't you use sea salt? You can dump that stuff on. No matter.
Oh yeah. But you got to let it cure. It's a process, brother, and
I'm good with that, boss. I'm good with that.
Okay. Well, I'll get you some by. It'll be to you by the end of summer. It'll take a while, but I'll do it. I'll do it up down in my basement. It's interesting how you got to do it. But yeah, I'll salt some pig up for you. But no, I may do that hind quarter part of it on the grill. And then when you have your picture from Rocco's and the other place, the gardens, I'll put the picture up of the grill so people can see the love, the tender loving care that I do to a pig.
Now you're talking.
Oh, yeah. But you need to bounce up to Kaiser's Castle. Anyways, while we're down here in the cellar, I'm looking. I've just noticed some blemishes on the wood floor that I am going to be sanding today.
All right.
Oh, yeah. The dog's been running. You can hear them in the background, I'm sure. They've been running on my hardwood floor.
Well, they do a job on the floor there. Yeah.
The floor and the door. They love to scratch the door when you're coming in. They love to scratch it when they want in. I'm going to get a doggy door and alleviate that shit.
There you go.
But anywho, so now everybody's heard our problem. Well, nobody's heard your problems. You got any problems, these situations?
Oh, I got all kinds of problems over here. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's like, first of all, see what I'm saying. There's this guy I used to say that. All right, I don't talk like that. All right, I'm just having fun here for now. But see what I'm saying. Do I see what you're saying? Let me tell you, maybe you aren't talking hard enough because I can't see it. What's wrong with you? What do you mean I can't see what you're saying? Just say it, stupid.
That's right. I gotta just say it. That's right.
Hey, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yep.
Oof.
Hey, we're about to have some pay-per-view perp walking, huh? Some pantsuit pigs getting the perp walk. I can't wait. I got popcorn ready to go.
Oh yeah.
You stupid ass. First of all, they're gonna protest at your house. They're going to your house. They should pull you out of your house like the pig that you are and put you on a grill.
That's hilarious. No, from what I've heard, and it's going to come down. Peeps, get ready.
Oh boy.
Here was the problem for a long time. They couldn't prove some things, but I
The
stopped.
proof. The proof. Isn't that amazing, people? I just want to throw that in while he's talking. Just think about it. It's a proof. We all know, right? We for years we've known how guilty this pig is, right? But we've never had proof.
That's right. And when Barr impaneled the special prosecutor, I was like, oh, wait,
How did he sneak Barr in? That's what I don't get. How is he sneaking them in?
well,
That's
Barr. Here's the problem. Barr was CIA,
yeah.
and he's also worked for Justice before, and so he knows both things that were going on.
Mm.
The only department he hadn't covered was State Department, and that's where this good Jim came from. And you can actually find it on the internet. I'm not going to post it or anything, but look it up. I think her name was.
Hey guys, think about this. Could Barr actually be this generation's Smedley Darlington Butler?
I think he will be. I think he'll be held in the history books as that, and I'll bet they'll change the narrative too once it all comes out. But here's what I was trying to say.
Yes.
Like I said, the only missing link was everybody knew it came from the State Department, but how did it get there? And what I'm talking about is the Still dossier, the dirty dossier. So there's a woman in State Department who was taking notes, right?
Mm-hmm.
When she was talking to the FBI and other people, trying to figure out something that was up. Her name, I believe, her first name is Kathleen. I could be wrong, but the last name is correct, Kavalak. Okay? And I just can't remember her first name because names, just like Still, I knew that at one time, and now I just remember his last name. So
that's fantastic, though. Yeah.
Yeah, we've always known that Surkov was one of the people that was informing Halford, right?
Right.
The Australian ambassador that got messed up in this. Well, what we didn't know was that there was this other guy, and it's in her notes. You can see it. Trabalov. Ooh, let me see. What did Trabalov do? Oh, wait. He has a direct tie to Putin. I wonder why he has that direct tie. Folks, research it. I'm not going to give up the ghost on everything. But now, what that proves is that there was some Russian collusion going on. Remember, Still worked for what? What was that called? Let me think. Oh, that's right. Go ahead, Vinny. Let the people know who he worked for. I know you know it.
I believe it was the Democratic convention.
Through Fusion GPS.
Right, and also through our pal Songbird.
Oh yeah. But no, now Fusion GPS is interesting because who worked directly for Fusion GPS, whose husband happened to be one of the lead lawyers in DOJ?
Bruce Orr.
And his wife's name's Nellie.
Nellie.
So,
Nellie.
What we have here is a classic case of parallel construction. And I'm going to break it down real quick for people who aren't cops, never did anything like that. It would be illegal for me if a drug dealer that I know is unreliable, he's a drug dealer, but he comes up and he tells me, hey, Vinny over here, man, he's doing this, that, and the other. He's doing mopery in the 4th degree. A lot of people think in cop terms, mopery is like a bullshit term we used. And actually, when I was going through one course, we always thought that they were just inventing this name. No, if you look it up, do you know what?
It's a real term. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Do you know what it is?
I forget. You got to remind me. I know this will be funny.
It is bearing your genitals to a statue. That is mopery. Yeah, exposing yourself to a statue.
Hey, listen, statues got feelings too.
I guess they do. But the funny thing is, so he's accused you of mopery in the 4th degree, and I know this, so I'm like,
look at this fucking mope over here.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything about that. I'm going to let that go. So,
hey, what are you, fucking mope?
So then Dopey goes over, Dopey the dopehead goes over to his priest. or a doctor, a lawyer, anybody who's got a good name.
Fucking mope.
You know, and he goes over and he says, "Hey, you know Vinny from Brooklyn. I seen him committing mopery in the 4th degree."
Yeah,
And he goes,
this fucking guy. I mean, this poor statue just standing here. You know, my mind is business.
And he got to look at your shit. Nobody wants to see that angle of the dangle, baby. But
hey, take your steak and stick it someplace else, you mope.
Anywho, getting back to it, brother. So the doctor comes up to me and he goes, "Go talk to Johnny." You know, Johnny Shuffy, whatever my name is, Kaiser. And he goes, go talk to Shuffy. And so he comes up to me, and I'm like, "Oh, it's coming from a doctor now." And I'm like, "But this is the same story I heard." So I go up to Dopey, and I check back with him, and I'm like, "Do you know this doctor?" You know, I play it off. I'm just like, Dr. Jones, Lawyer Jones, whatever. Or I find it out on my own that they know each other.
Yeah.
But I'm like, screw it. I'll run with it anyways. See, I willingly and knowingly am using information still from a foul source. A source that is not reputable. Well, you directly have a Russian with direct ties to Putin. That's Trabalov.
Yep.
Who contacted Still. He shopped it then because Still knew he could not use that. Guess who else Still Trabalov knows? Stephen Halper.
Just ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
So it's now provable parallel construction, and that's prison time. And so you're going to see the handcuffs start going on a lot of people because it goes to Fusion. It goes to DOJ now. They did a mispresence in front of the FISA court.
Right.
I mean, you can just start stacking charges just without me thinking. Inside corruption, 1983 Color of Law. So, I mean, there's a lot. You know, Color of Law, 1983, everybody is covered by this. And what that is, when an officer or an agent or whatever does something to you that violates your civil rights, which actually are your constitutional rights, your Bill of Rights, if he violates that Bill of Rights on you, you have redress. You can now go after them on 1983 Color of Law. Just letting you know, this is how it works. Well, and that can be criminal or civil.
Well, wasn't that all that just to say the cop gave you the stinky pinky?
There you go. Yep. Or I'll give you a good example. Who was that Somalian that the cops in New York shoved a baton up his ass? Yeah.
Yes, please.
That's what they went after him on.
He's violated my hole.
Yeah, well, that's what they went after those cops on. So, anyways, my point being is, it's now come full circle. There was Russian collusion, point blank. It just wasn't with the Trump team. It was with Hillary's team.
Yeah, no kidding. The whole thing is so stupid. It's like being surrounded by waterheads. Every time I hear about this Russia. Every time I hear Russia, I hear like this. That's all the dignity it deserves. It was stupid from the beginning.
When I hear people talking Russia, all I hear is blah 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 blah. Because honestly, here's why. Very, very point blank on this.
My hooky helmet.
Well, no, very, very point blank evidence of this. But see, here's the problem. They are lost. I think we talked about it in one of the shows.
Well, of course.
They're lost in their little echo chamber. And unfortunately, even some thinking liberals that you and I may know, and it really breaks my heart with, especially one, because he's a really good dude.
Yeah.
He will go to the mat thinking he's exactly right. And the problem is when the arrests are made and the prosecutions, he and people like him will be the first to say, "Oh, it's a cover-up. It's this, that, and the other," even if they're convicted. And then what they'll say is, oh, well, now, what does it matter? I mean, look at what happened with Reagan. Look at what, they'll start making excuses.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about equivocation. See, that's the entire point. Right. We don't care about equivocation. We want the guilty people to go to jail.
No matter who. If it was, if on
and Trump did something really, really, I mean, first of all, he hasn't done nothing.
No, right? He hasn't.
So why the hell should he go to jail?
No, he hasn't. But the thing is, if he had.
Yeah.
I would
if
be
he had,
saying the same
we
thing.
want him to go to jail. Yeah, we don't play that game.
But see, that's
all this nonsense.
But
so we don't care about stuff about him sleeping with whores because who cares?
If he did do that, which he did when he was single, and he maybe even has a side piece now. He's got some side pussy. Who knows what the fuck he's got. But in all honesty, I really don't give a fuck. Because that's not effective. I'm going to use what Bill Clinton said. It's a personal thing, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So if it didn't matter for Bill Clinton, why does it matter now for Trump?
That's right. That's right.
Check your duplicity, bitches. All right, brother, bring the funny real quick. I'm going to have to go grab something to drink real quick, and I'll be right back.
All right, so I'm going to talk. I know. I'm going to talk about my old bosses. That's always funny. Okay, let me talk about Good Boss. I had let me tell you a great story. My first real job. I worked in a now defunct supermarket chain. Not defunct because of me. All right, but they were great. Sloan's was the supermarket chain, and I worked in Lower East Side.
Cool.
Not too nondescript, but I had one of the best bosses anyone's ever had. So I worked the register. In fact, let me tell you how it started. My very first customer said that I cheated them. Right? So my very first customer, I ring up, and the amount came to something just under $5. I gave them $5 and change,
right?
And they told me that they gave me a 20.
Oh,
gave me a 10. Right?
Right.
So this is my first customer. My mind is blowing. Okay, I'm what am I? 14 years old.
Right.
First real job. Right, and the first customer I get is telling me that I mistook a $10 bill for a $20 bill, or vice versa. Right. I mean, just telling you the story. I'm already going through the trauma again. Right.
I feel it, brother.
Right, and so my manager comes over. And he goes through the cash. Obviously, he's watching me because it's my first time on the register. Why would you not watch the guy, right? I mean, so it's insane, right? That he's not watching me. So of course he is. So he goes to the register. He says, "Ma'am, you didn't give him 20." Because this is what happens when you go out with the tray. That tray has a certain amount of money. They don't give you a tray with just a bunch of money in it. Here you go, guy. All right, knock yourself out. No, they don't do that. No, they give you. I think it's $50. Here's the trick of the trade, right? The cash registers, right? You start with $50 in set change. Okay, and that's how you go. That's how you go. Now it's probably different in different stores.
Right.
Okay? But regardless, their first customer, there's no matter what, the guy will be able to see how much money transacted.
Right.
No matter what. All right.
Just
unless
audit
I'm and I'm mixing up bills. Okay. Which I guess at 14, I guess it's possible. I could have done that.
Right.
But I didn't. That's the whole point. All right. The simple point is I didn't do that. I didn't mess up. Well, my first customer was a scumbag. All right.
Was that woman white?
No. She was white. Okay. Sorry. So see, and look at this. I'm not
must
being
mean
a scumbag.
liberal.
I'm just telling you a fact, right? Okay. All right. So he goes, ma'am, he didn't do any such thing. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry." That's what I got. I'm a pithy. I'm sorry.
What
like it was
arrogant
so much
bitch.
of a bother for her first to have to accuse me, and then to find out her accusation was absolutely baseless.
Yep.
Completely baseless. Well, she knows how much money she gave me.
Oh yeah.
Fuck with the new guy. That's what it was.
That's exactly it. She saw a new
guy. Imagine this. This is your life.
Yep.
I'm gonna go. Okay, here we go. You ready? You ready for a rant? I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna fuck with the new register guy. I'm
Yep.
gonna fuck with his head. I'm gonna make sure I'm his first customer. I'm gonna fuck his head. I'm gonna fuck his head hard.
Oh yeah.
Hard. Hard. In fact, I should bring a strap on. When I fuck him, then I can fuck him for real while he's in the field position for my accusation.
She
And I
she
don't even get flu.
she wanted to peg you with a dragon dildo, baby.
Holy crap, brother! I mean, listen. There's this movie Requiem for a Dream that I think starred Jennifer Connelly.
Okay.
And in the movie, at one point, she's engaged in a coupling which involves a double-headed dildo.
Ick.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. Listen, this is the kind of stuff that scars me. Also, just like the scene in Pulp Fiction. You know the scene I'm talking about.
No, there's
With
certain
the
movies I just never needed to see certain movies, bro.
Good,
Sorry.
good man. Don't scar yourself. Don't watch. Don't. You probably saw Deliverance.
I saw that I think when I was a kid on TV. So
I did see when I was a kid. I saw it when I was an adult and I wasn't ready for it.
Well, see, this was on TV, so it was edited. So the whole suey thing was a little cut. You know?
Yeah. You look at your mouth, pretty. You got a pretty mouth, boy. Yeah, I got a what?
Yeah, but I was so young that I didn't even understand what they were talking about.
I wasn't, man. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for guys talking about pretty mouths. My mouth ain't pretty. I'm looking in the mirror right now, and there's nothing pretty about my mouth.
It confused me.
I like it. It's pretty.
It confused me when I heard somebody saying, you got a pretty mouth, because I was like, at my young age, I'm like, nobody ever said I had a pretty mouth. What the hell is this?
Oh, thank you, sir. Wow, anything else you like about me?
Yeah.
You can drop them pants. What? Wait. I think you like me a little too much.
Yeah.
Nah, come on, just drop them pants for a second. It'll be all right.
What was that one rant you had all lined up? You was writing down the other day that you wanted to get out.
Oh, that wasn't a funny rant. That was a mean rant. That was a mean rant on how we got effed by the scumbags of the Federal Reserve. You know, like they hold this quorum on Christmas Eve, right? They call everyone who doesn't have a family to come to do this secret fucking meeting, right? So Christmas Eve, they have just enough for a quorum, and they vote all this sick shit in. They vote in the Federal Reserve, right? Which is basically that same scenario I just mentioned with the first cash register woman.
Same thing.
She does, right? Without the lube.
Well, I'll tell you, this will blow your mind. I happen to be down in I'm
gonna fuck him hard.
I happen to be down in Georgia during the same time as G8 Summit in 2004. You know, not getting into particulars, but the interesting part about that is that I bought a book on Jekyll Island, and it's called The Creature of Jekyll Island.
Yes, by G. Edward Griffin.
Yeah, and when my wife came down, we stayed at the hotel there for one night, and my son was there too. It had 2 rooms adjacent with the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Max got one room, and we took the other, and then we stayed at St. Simon's Island for a couple days, right next to the lighthouse. It's called the Lighthouse Hotel or Inn or something. It's a beautiful place. And honestly, if you want to take a trip down south and you want to go on some islands that are beautiful, Sea Island now you can't go on because, you know, I'll tell you the truth. No, here's what happened. After the summit and everything went on, nothing but true billionaires live on Sea Island. Okay, that's the entire population of it. But it was cool to see their mansions off the road, you know, back in the day.
Right.
Well, here's what happened. I guess I heard about it when I went back there another time in 2007 to go through do some stuff down there at a place near there. And I asked, well, why can't we go on anymore? And the guy, you know, saw my creds and everything, and he's like, yeah, no, the reason why is a couple dudes broke into these old, and like I said, billionaires, they're all old. And I guess they almost raped this woman to death. They found the husband dehydrated, locked in a closet, and the only reason they found them was because these two brothers got pulled over in a car, a Mercedes, going down to Florida.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and so that's what ended up happening. And and they beat him to a pulp too. So yeah, that's why you can't go on Sea Island anymore and look at the beauty of Sea Island. But you can still go to Jekyll and St. Simon's and even Brunswick. I mean, Brunswick, people will talk smack. It's poor, area and whatnot. Some of the best food you want. I'll tell you another thing. You go to Jekyll Island, you got to go to the Raw Bar. It's also known as Latitude 91. And you will have the best bugs. When I say bugs, I mean crawfish. Yeah. You'll have the best bugs you ever eat in your life there. Better than stuff I can make here.
The best bugs you ever done eating.
Oh yeah, and it's an actual crawfish boil. I mean, they got the potato cut up in it. They got the daggone corn. Man, we're just going to name this the food show. I'm going to tell you where to go to find good food.
Oh, yeah. Oh, listen, I tell you, I'm all over New York. I tell you where to go. I got Juniors in Brooklyn.
Nice.
Right? I got Mamoon's falafel. Let's say all of the meat all over the world all of a sudden became poisonous and you couldn't eat meat no more.
Right?
Imagine this thought, just how sick this is, right? I can't eat meat no more. I can't enjoy the taste of meat.
Right.
Well, guess what? You get the good falafel, almost as good as the meat. And this is the best falafel ever made. Mamoon's.
That's true. I when I was working with immigration and stuff, one of my coworkers was Arab descent. And great guy. I have no problems with anybody I ever worked with because they're just good people. I will tell you this. I've had one issue with one person my entire federal service. That's it. And it was just because he was a prick.
Right.
And that whatever, we handled that the way we handled it because I was correct and he was wrong and, I won. So it didn't matter to me. But with that being, it really didn't matter to me because I was right. I was like, I know exactly. I'm right.
When I'm right, I don't back down, brother. I really don't. I can care less. When I'm right, I don't back down. Why should I?
Yeah. I look at it like this. Did you ever see the movie? I think it was. No, you probably didn't see it. You may have. It was called Out of Bounds. It had Gregory Hines and Willem Dafoe in it in the 80s.
I've heard about that. I didn't see the whole thing, but I've seen a couple of scenes out of that.
All right, there was a point.
I know of it. Yeah.
There was a point where this colonel's being accused of raping and killing Vietnamese women, and they were two CID agents, Hines and Dafoe, right? And CID is Criminal Investigations Division Detachment of the U.S. Army. Okay. Division detachment just means how big the units are and stuff. I mean, it's a lot to it, but I don't want to get down into the minutia of it.
Yeah,
but the point being is, this one colonel, they're talking to him. They want to know if he did it, and he's throwing these Vietnamese. He's questioning them and throwing them out of a helicopter. And he looks over at him, and he goes, "If I did it, I'll stay in this helicopter. If I didn't do it, I'll get out right now." He looks at him and jumps.
Imagine that. Would you take your own copter ride?
Well, the thing is, he
your
knew
a copter ride.
Well, no, he knew his name would be besmirched forever. It will always be on your record that you were investigated for it, even if it didn't happen.
Exactly.
That's how the military is.
Yeah.
And so
it's all honor, boys.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's extreme ownership of your own honor, and that's what we don't see a lot. And now I know Vinny from Brooklyn has it. I know Jaffe has it, and I damn well know I have it.
You better believe it.
If I did something, I'll own it. If I didn't do it, fuck off.
Yeah, that's it, brother. Hey, you want to hear a sick story?
Sure, shoot it.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure where this is, but I got the video. I had the video on my my blog, gm-no.blogspot.com. It's the first story, or it might be the second story. Anyway, a guy, 74-year-old guy, is on the bus, and one of these she-boons starts going off. I guess I'm trying to listen to my music. You may sit your ass down, honey. So he tells her, "Why don't you be nicer to people? So as he's getting off the bus, she pushes him, and he dies from the injuries from the fall.
Damn.
Just, I mean, like you, if you see the video, it's got to be. I've seen some sick stuff. I've watched Mondo Kani. I think I've seen the first Faces of Death, like the real one.
Yeah.
You know, forget about the fake ones, right? I've seen.
Right, the original I think was the only real one besides where they're beating a monkey's head in and all that stuff.
Right,
yeah.
right. I've seen some sick stuff, right? I think this might be the sickest thing I've ever actually seen on video. To see this man go from alive, and then when he hits the sidewalk, he doesn't move.
Right. That's
and
usually how it happens.
He dies later from the injuries from that fall. Later. So as far as I'm concerned, when he hits that sidewalk, he's dead.
He was dead. Yeah, at that point, he already started the process.
It was over.
It was just time for his body to clock out.
Because somebody didn't like that he says, why don't you be nicer to people?
Right, that's ridiculous shit. No, I get it.
Nicer. Let me show you nice, honey. Mm-hmm. Put your ass on the bus and watch your ass die.
The saddest part of that, brother, is that kind of culture at my age.
It was manufactured by scumbags.
Well,
that's the problem. I just realized.
I know. It's because people my age and above, and I'm talking to the boomers because I'm a Gen Xer. My mother was a boomer, and she instilled this shit into me, and she stood. But I stood for my house and my family, but I should have had a louder voice, and that's why I do this YouTube.
Same here. Let me tell you this.
Stand for everybody, because like you said, this was being done on purpose. Rap music, here's the genesis of it.
Do it before I go off.
Yeah. When rap music first came out, Sugar Hill Gang, we can go through all of it, okay?
It was fun stuff.
It may talk about shitty shit, but there was always a positive ending to it, right?
Until White Lines came out.
Yes. And then NWA started pushing their thing. And I even listened to some of that.
No, I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Jerry Heller.
Yeah, exactly. You know who I'm talking about, and he started running.
Rick Rubin.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Those names still echo, right?
Yeah.
And they degenerated the culture with that, and it caused it. It was the beginning. It was the swing of the hammer that was going to hit the division bell.
Now we have this mumble rap, which is all the satanic garbage.
Yep.
You know, and they're all banging each other. Do you know that?
Oh yeah, all rappers have to take it up the ass.
One is this baby Birdman raped him while he was 11. This stuff he says this on a video. There's a video called the $20 Million Club. Look that up, people. Okay, if you want to understand, none of your rap legends are anything. They've all been bent over a chair, each and every one of them.
Yep.
It's sick. It's sick. But I don't want to talk about that. I'm going to talk about my man, Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden. That's what I want to talk about.
You go on, baby.
Dude. My first heavy metal tape, I typed this in on that video.
I saw it. I saw your comment.
90-minute tape. Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast on one side, and Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith on the other, and a Walkman. And I could just rock that back and forth to school. For a month straight, is all I listened to. Imagine that every day. And I had to it was an hour to get to school every day, so I got to listen to at least a full album each time.
Right.
Oh.
You know, there is one anomaly, I think, in the rap thing.
There's a couple. Sure there are.
Run DMC, because they had Aerosmith come in.
Right, DMC was different, but then you see what they did. They did something with Jam Master Jay. He was a sacrifice.
Yes, exactly. Jam. I'll never understand that one. The other thing that blew me away was with Rob Halford.
Yes, Rob Halford.
I still listen to Judas Priest. I don't really give a fuck if somebody's sucking cock or what. Shit, I listen to Jim Norton for humor.
I knew there was something wrong with the guy. He said, listen, that guy's got too much leather on, man.
Yeah, well, the whole band did, though. And so anyways.
Remember when the drummers got caught for fondling a freaking young boy?
Yeah.
I think it's Dave Holland.
Yeah, afterwards.
Sorry, Dave, man. Yeah. I love your drumming, but I don't like your kid touching, bro.
Same with Pete Townsend.
Yeah.
Pete Townsend was another shocker.
I'm a woman trapped in a man's body.
Yeah, but he got caught looking at child porn.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's the deal with that,
I don't
man?
know, man. I mean,
Uh,
first off, I'm just going to be
Never.
blatant so anybody on here can hear.
Oh boy.
Ever since I was a young man, one time I had a woman who shaved. And I looked at her and I'm like, what's this? And you don't have hair where you're supposed to have it. And she looked at me and was like, huh? It's this, that, and the other. And I said, well, sorry. It's the only time I ever turned it down. I was like, if there ain't hair, I ain't there. And I just don't see, and honestly, with dudes that would date women and they'd call them, she keeps it clean. Clean just means that she shaves it all.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, they'd be like, I like it clean. Their women always acted like they were perpetual 9-year-olds. And
yeah, I'm not into that at all.
I wasn't.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
I like a woman. I love a woman, full grown. Shit, even when I surfed porn back in the day, guess what? I ain't looking. I turned all of a sudden. Oh no, no hair there. I'm out of this video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just disgusting to me because I just think. Just because of the meaning of all these other women, and I'm sure I'm going to get hate from women on my channel, and that's okay. But
well, we don't white night, so what the hell?
Yeah, I don't care. But my point being is, all these women that these dudes would brag about, they keep it clean. I'd look at them and see them interact with their women, and their women actually really did act like 9-year-old little girls, prepubescent girls. And I was like,
stuff, Daddy, buy me stuff.
Okay, honey. What do you want something shiny?
Yeah, Daddy.
Yeah.
There was one girl that used to say, can I do this? Can I do this? She's a grown-ass woman in her 20s.
Oh, boy. Nasty stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like a control thing. I mean, I don't know, man. Just like I said, it just never floated my boat.
I like a mature woman. I mean, listen.
An adult.
Chicks look nice, right? But after you're done, what do you talk about? I don't want to talk about Britney Spears and how she had how her lipstick is different. Okay?
Right.
I think that conversation is not going to be very long.
Well,
at least not on my side.
Here's one for you. What was it? You remember the song "Call Me Maybe"?
I'm sure I've heard it.
There's an outstanding funny song. An ODA unit in Afghanistan made a video miming the words. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description so people can laugh. That's laughable, dude. Just look it up on YouTube if you want after we're off, but you'll laugh your ass off. It's a bunch of dudes singing the song and real dudes.
Yeah, right? I know what you mean. No, those are great videos. I love those.
Yeah, so it was just a spoof, but that kind of stuff. Anyways, so yeah, I'm not interested in that. And the only reason I was interested in that is a bro of mine was in it, and he's like, dude, he sent me a text. He's like, go to YouTube and check this out. This is back before I even started doing anything on YouTube. So
that's funny.
Years before. I mean, shit. Probably a decade. Well, I don't know, maybe not a decade, but it was years before. So it might have been. I might have been doing on my other channel doing the survival thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a long time. I know that. but anyway, so go on with the story about. Oh shit! Why am I mind dumping? About Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah. So I listen to it every time. Going back and forth, and then I got Peace of Mind. Oh,
epic
Revelations. I told you I used to sing this out loud, right, like a maniac.
Right.
So imagine me going, "Oh God of earth and altar, bow down and hear our cry." Right, and hit all the notes. The poor people in Brooklyn had to listen to me, man.
You probably had the boombox. Oh no! You said
I did have a boombox playing heavy metal, man. Just imagine that big black guy with spiked gloves playing heavy metal on a train.
Hey, but you know what? That wasn't even rare in my school. I went to I lived in the country, but I lived on the borderline where I could go to one place, which was like a country school place, or I could go to another high school, and that was a more of an inner city high school. It had a mix, but it wasn't heavily mixed either. I mean, it was just a mix of, we used to call ourselves hillbillies and brobillies, honestly.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of good people. Like I said, my school, I got a lot of them on my page. I don't think they have a foul word to say about me, except maybe they'd say I was a racist or something if they listen to this shit.
Right.
But I don't care about that. But the ones who know me know me. And the funniest shit, man, was you might get into a fight after school, and guess what? At the end of it, you were at Rink's parking lot that night, tilting up and drinking with the same people.
Nice.
Yeah, Rink's was a department store that went out of business back when I was a kid. And so from 14 until I went into the military at 17, Fridays and Saturday nights, we used to hang out in the parking lot, bench race, talking about cars. Girls would show up.
Brother, you know what you remind me of?
What's that?
Did you ever see the movie Hollywood Nights?
No, never saw that.
Oh, you got to see. Dude, this is your life. You got to see Hollywood Nights. It's fantastic.
Why?
I don't recommend movies much, right? I'm being
Right.
Hollywood because of all the sick crap. But
Right.
Hollywood Nights is one of the shining examples of what they could actually do. And it's about Tubby's Drive-In. And the last night, Tubby's Drive-In. It's awesome.
Really? I'll have to check that out.
Awesome. Just remember this one thing. Volare. All right, and that's one of the hit points in the movie. When you see it, you'll laugh your ass off.
I probably will. I'll tell you another thing. We had the holiday drive-in, where drive-in movies.
Yeah.
And I had a purple Pacer station wagon.
Oh,
if I put that back seat down,
woo,
you had all kinds of headroom.
Yeah.
You put down some cushions, some little mats for like chairs.
Hey, who wants a party over here?
No. It's for dates. You go to the drive-in with a girl, exactly. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And that was my purple passion wagon, baby.
Nice.
I was in there getting busy. And I had you'll love this. The fucking stereo system cost more than my car.
Of course
I think I had a $500 car.
You're going to laugh when you see Hollywood Nights, I'm telling you.
And I had a Blaupunkt stereo and 4 Alpine speakers in the son of a bitch. And I can't remember how much Columbus Custom Audio charged me to put that in, but the speakers, I think, were...
It was worth every second. It was worth every penny, wasn't it?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, brah. It was awesome. But anyways, tell us about your first car and what you guys used to do as kids, so these kids can see that their lives could be so much more fun if they didn't sit in front of a computer. Listen to me say that when I have my own YouTube channel. It's horrible. Come on, brother.
It's funny. Unfortunately, I'm not a driver. In the city, it's just that people are just too annoying. So I never bothered with a vehicle here in the city. So unfortunately, I didn't enjoy that. I got to enjoy other people's cars though. I was actually in a gigantic pink Cadillac that my cop friend bought one time just for the hell of it. And you know what he did? He drove to Christopher Street. And I'm going to say, well, okay, what's the big deal about that? Christopher Street is the gay street in the gay West Village.
Okay, why would you go there? Just because
he's sick. That's why.
Okay.
Right. So now so get this. So of course it's Christopher Street. Late afternoon, evening traffic. So cars are going two cars a second.
So they're going to bars and shit like that.
Right, you move every minute. Every minute, car move 2 lengths maybe.
Oh wow!
So every gay bar empties out to see this car, this gigantic pink Cadillac with this bunch of freaks in it.
Okay, who were they?
Me and my buddies.
That's hilarious. Was that about the same time John Cougar was putting out Pink Houses and what was that dude?
Yeah, he did like the song, right? The song. I think it had a resurgence. Sometime it was hot, so he got himself a pink Cadillac, and we're driving to the garden.
Do you remember?
To go see Metallica or something.
No, do you remember it was used to be with Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Neil Young had a video. This is in the 80s. You'll remember this. And it was a pink Cadillac convertible that was in it. I can't remember the name of the song, but I can picture that because I saw that rock video. Just type in Neil Young pink Cadillac on YouTube and
right, you'll find it exactly. I wish I could recall it, but let me tell you, it was a screen because they all come out and they start cheering, right? And we're in the car like, ugh, so this could get ugly, man. Hey, if someone climbs into this car, man, what are we gonna do? Say, don't worry about it, And he got his shield on. It's just like, I'll take care of it if anything goes wrong. So, okay, all right. So, it was cool. We got off Christmas tree. We went to the show. Everything was good.
That's hilarious. I'll tell you a funny story that it doesn't mirror, but it's funny. I had a great friend, Scott, growing up. I mean, from middle school on. We just lost touch, and we haven't, met up since then. But anyways, well, not since this event, but it was later on. We just, I went into the Marine Corps, came back on leave one time. Next time I came back, nobody was at his house, so I just left my picture there after I graduated. But anyways, he called me up, and he's like, hey, you're back in town? This is back when phones were still attached to your house.
Right.
And so Scott's like, you're back? Hey, let's go to Kings Island this weekend. I got 2 free tickets. I'm like, cool. He was working for 7-Up at the time.
Nice.
So 7-Up bottlers. He was a bottler. So anyways, we get out there to Kings Island. When we got together that day, I went and met him at his house. I was in my car. At this time I had, what did I have at that time? I think I still had, trying to remember, I think I still had, no I didn't. I had my Escort. Anyways, I'd gotten rid of my other car. And I pick him up, and as I go in, knock on his door, he opens it up. He says, I got this red shirt on, T-shirt. And it says, if your 782 gear, which is your combat gear, doesn't look like this, and it has a knight's and shining, knight's armor, sword, pike, all that shit on it, don't talk to me about the old Corps.
Right.
That's what the T-shirt said, in yellow on red. And he goes, oh, man, you're wearing red? Fuck it, I'm going to go get something red. And it's hot as fuck. I'm wearing shorts. And so he grabs this red and white striped, like, muscle shirt, because we were both, bigger dudes at that time. I was using steroids, of course. Anyways, so we go down to Kings Island. Didn't think nothing about it. We're just hanging out, having a good time, riding the rides, trying to pick up on some chicks, not having much luck. And I remember as we're going up to the Beast, we were going to go ride the Beast.
Nice.
There were these guys going to the restroom, and one, like, jumps on another guy's shoulder, is like holding on to his shoulder as he jumps up. And he's laughing like a little girl, and he has this, bandana in his rear pocket. And I'm like, what freak show? Whatever, right? So, and we finally pass that up. Me and Scott are both drunk. And we get up to the Beast, and the guy sees my shirt, Marines, and he goes, you guys together? And I'm like, yeah, he's my bro, man. I grew up with this dude. And he's like,
you guys together.
and he goes, I figured that because you have a U.S. Marine shirt, but you know what today is, don't you? And I'm like,
boy.
No, what are you talking about, dude? And he didn't either. And he goes, it's gay day.
Ooh.
And I said, well, we didn't know anything about that. Why would you ask us? And why did you feel comfortable asking me that? I was kind of pissed.
It's gay day, silly. Of course I'm comfortable asking you. It's gay day.
No, this is back in the 80s. And he saw my shirt.
Right, exactly.
He saw my shirt, and he goes, I wanted to warn you guys.
Oh, boy.
Everybody you're seeing wearing red is a homosexual. Guess why we weren't having luck with the women?
Jeez.
Because we're wearing red too.
Jeez.
So what was the first thing?
How does that happen, man? How is this not common knowledge?
So what do me and Scott do after we get off the Beast? We went directly down and bought the beast black shirts. And we're both looking at each other and we're like, well, they've already seen us, in the red.
Boy.
So
Yeah,
who gives a
it's like
fuck?
that.
And I actually I can't find a replacement for that shirt, but I actually threw that shirt away. And so did he.
Yeah,
because
of course.
what are you going to do? Put it in your back pocket? He was like, we'll just put it in our back pocket. I said, you remember that dude that was jumping on dude's shoulder? He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I said he had a red hanky in his back pocket. He's like, there's a trash can. We both
yeah, that's where it's going.
But we had a good time other than that. But it was just,
of course.
It was just funny, man. I mean, that's one of them things that, I guess this is, like I say always, this is just a natural conversation me and Vinny have. All you got to do is just eavesdrop into normal conversations with me and my friends.
Yeah, because we're good like that.
We are good like that. I enjoy it, and I treasure it because we have some funny stories and we can both relate. But I can just see yours is more epic always. You in the car with your bro, all you guys chilling, getting ready to go see a good metal band, going down Christopher Street, and all the homos emptying out the
Oh God! Oh, I want the big one. I was like, wait a minute.
Look at that milk chocolate.
It was a convertible too. Did I mention that it was a convertible?
Yeah, so that's why I said yeah.
We were out in the open. It's like, hey, listen, the top does come on this thing, right?
Yeah.
We might have to cover up.
Let's hide.
It's getting a little restless out here,
But they do have knives.
Oh God!
Yeah, they'll be opening up that top to get to what's in it. It's like peeling a lemon.
If we got to go through all the effort to open up this can, we're going to eat everything inside.
You just made me laugh, bro. That's hilarious.
Oh, boy. Crazy.
So, oh, man, I'm telling you. I mean, this is just the natural. Hey, so what other kind of funny New York stories you got?
Oh man! Oh, are you kidding me? It's endless. It's endless. The stories.
Go on with it.
Oh,
Make me laugh like I just did, dude. I've got tears in my eyes right now. I'm wiping them.
So hey, listen, I can tell you more about that situation in the Sloan's, right? The supermarket.
Right.
So one Sunday, I'm manning the register again, of course. Learning all the new prices. Getting ready, because what it is I learned the new prices by 2 hours after I got there, so that when people come in, I can ring them up real fast and don't make any mistakes.
Oh, looking at the books, yeah.
Right. So this guy comes in. So I see him come in. I see his hands are completely empty. Okay, there's nothing in his hands. I see him walk around the perimeter of the store. He comes in. I'm the only one on the register, right? So he's got to come to me. So he comes to me with a half-eaten bagel from our store.
Right.
And a tub of cream cheese. So, okay, what am I, a mental patient? No, you charge him for the bagel. You charge him for the cream cheese, right? That's how it works. So he goes, no, I came in with this bagel.
What a dick.
Right? This is what I get on Sunday, right? So I go, really? I kind of, I'm in the front of the store. I saw you come in. And your hands were empty. No, I insist. I bought the bagel here. I didn't want to pay for the bagel. Right. So my manager, my super cool manager, is there. Right. Once again, like I said, one of the best managers I ever worked for.
Right.
So he comes down. He's like, "What's all the fuss?" He knows what's going on. He wants to have some fun. But he charged me for a bagel, and I came in with it. I want my money back.
Right.
So he goes, I said, well, I saw him come in and his hands were empty, but hey, whatever you decide. He says, well, you know what? Don't worry about it. Give him his money back. Give him back his whole quarter.
Nice.
Quarter. Thank you. You understand? He's quibbling over a quarter.
Yeah. Well, he's Scottish. He's going to do that, right?
Oh yeah, he was real. Yes, he was. You got that right? So I ring out the register, right, with the magic trick, the magic button. I actually know the magic button. Ooh, right? And I'm telling you this, right? And I'm telling you this because I've never robbed anyone, right? But I know how to get into a register, right? So it'd be easy for me to do.
Right, if you wanted
Right?
to.
But I don't do stuff like that, right? Because I'm not a scumbag, right? But back to it. So I ring it out. I got the quarter, and I'm about to hand the quarter to him, and he gives me the look. Now, this look we have never established. We've never talked about it, but the look was, fuck this guy.
Right.
So I'm about to hand the quarter to him, and he gives me the look, and I take the quarter, and I flip that sucker. Flip it.
Nice.
Right to the floor, and I say, have a nice day.
Good.
Right? Now, if you're working for a scumbag, you know that's the last thing you do right before you get fired.
Right.
Right? I worked there for a year, brother. No problem.
Right.
He was cool with it because he says, yeah, enough of this crap. Listen, the customer's right when they're customers. That guy wasn't a customer. He was a piece of garbage.
Right. He's a piece of garbage.
Over a quarter on a Sunday morning. Like, who needs that?
Well, he's Scottish. Hey, the one thing, yeah.
Who needs that in their life? This is what it is. We have people whose mission in life apparently is just to make everyone else fucking miserable.
Yeah, also known as cunts.
But, thank you. Yes. But, I want to say this. I put up a post. I put a post on Big Bear's thing, right? Where he was talking about Soph. The 14-year-old girl. Right. And like I said, listen, Soph, I'll officially be your Uncle Vinny. I'm saying this on the air, right? Now right. I'm saying that I put that up there. Now what I didn't put up there was anyone makes any pedophile jokes, I'm going to call them a cunt. Right. That's what they deserve. Because pedophile jokes are not funny when people are not goddamn pedophiles.
That's exactly right. That's fighting words.
Yeah, basically. So thank you for saying it first, and now I feel free.
Well, no, you can feel free always.
That's the E-bomb, baby. Yeah. The C word. Bam.
Yeah, but here's
cunt. You're all right, cunt, if you say that to me, you bastard.
Well, of course, but the Scots love to use that word. We know he's Scottish because he's eating bagels, right? So, anyways, now we've established. We've established you're not a scumbag because you haven't robbed stores. But earlier in my scenario, I've established you are a scumbag because you expose yourself to statues. So we now know scumbaggery, right?
Now the mopery we just made up because
I know that. I know that.
With mopery.
I was trying to.
I've never exposed myself to a statue. No, unfortunately.
No. I was trying to make it.
But listen, what do you think I'm going to do after I get off this show here?
You're going to go mopery. No.
I'm going to go moping, baby. hey, General Grant, take this.
General Grant, look at this horse.
Oh, boy. I tell you. It just reminded me of something I can't say on the air, but it's funny. I'll tell you when we get off.
Okay. That's some funny shit.
I can't say that.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes self-editing is a good thing. Unfortunately, I don't have any filter.
No, this ain't a filter, brother. It's just too bad. When I tell you, you'll say.
I'll probably be like, yeah. Well, hey, I told the story about Gay Day.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And
yeah.
You told the pink Cadillac story.
Yeah, dude, of all the things, like red shirts. How did you get stuck wearing a red shirt on Gay Day? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
He's got free tickets. I'm in the Marine Corps. It's common for Marines. If you got now,
but you pick a red shirt on Gay Days.
Now you'll notice this. And most Marine Corps shirts are red, and they have gold lettering, yellow lettering.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right.
So, of course.
This is messed up. Well, listen, there's a term, right? Cherry Marines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that.
What a trick, brother. Oh.
But the funny thing is, so, of course, I'm going to wear it, and then Scott's like, hey, man, when we would go hounding on women, and we didn't have no problem picking them up. Trust me.
Of course,
back when we were single.
Except on Gay Day, bro.
Well, that was the thing. We didn't have anybody approach us or anything, so I guess their gaydar wasn't going off on us. But goddamn, were we fucking displaying it? And at the end of it, we're both fucking at a dumpster. Right there was not a dumpster, but a trash can.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
had
boy.
the T-shirt stand right there, and there was a trash stand right next to it.
Yeah.
And we buy our B-shirts, black, and they got the big paws of the Beast roller coaster. I think I might have given that to my son. Oh, here's something funny. I took my son for his first roller coaster ever. Guess what roller coaster was his first ride? I got a picture of it. I should download
What
it.
state were you in?
Oh, Ohio.
Oh, hi. Okay. So, I think it's. I want to know the name of it. I'm sure it's a very famous coaster.
The Beast.
The Beast. Right. Right.
That was his first roller coaster, and the Beast was built when I was like, I don't know, 14, maybe 13. And so I'd ridden the racing coaster they had at what was it, Geauga Lake, or was it Cedar Point? One of the two. I've ridden some decent coasters, but the Beast is the longest, fastest wooden roller coaster in the world.
Nice.
And that's his first roller coaster. And there's a picture. They snap these pictures as you're going downhill.
Well, yes.
And
yes.
I bought that picture, and a buddy of mine, Kevin, was with us. And we went down that damn thing, and his eyes and the way he was gripping it, and I'm gripping it, smiling, looking over at him with sunglasses on, looking at him. So I look cheesy as fuck, but he looks ultimately terrified.
Brother, there's a picture of me. Okay. On
yeah, keep going. I gotta go check something.
There's a picture of me going over the edge on the cyclone. It is the sickest picture you've ever seen. I look like I just found out that 90% of my body is about to be cut off. that's what my face looks like. It's like, really? That's gonna happen? Just bad. I mean, and I've actually ridden the cyclone twice. But what I did was I got in the front, okay, because I think last thing the roller coaster needed was, at the time, I think I weighed 340 pounds. How do you like that? Huh? I'm under 300 pounds now, by the way. I'm seriously, I believe as of last weighing of 295 pounds. I gained a couple back. Candy. It's fun. Actually, I have in front of me, I have a 2-year-old. Well, not quite 2 years. By July 2nd of this year, it will be officially 2 years old, a box of chocolate chip Pop-Tarts. And I'm wondering just how long are these things viable? All right, so this is an experiment. So I don't know, anyone want to take the test with me, because they give you 8 here, right? So I have 4 packets. Now I don't know. I'm trying to see how much it would weigh, right? So 14.7 ounces total. You divide that by 4. So if you wanna send, do I want to send in my address out? I don't know. Well, we'll figure this out. If anyone wants to take the test, I don't know. I think I'm just talking about crazy stuff.
Hey,
yeah.
I thought I'd muted everything. So I guess, did I come through while we were muted?
No, you were fine, brother.
Cool. Had to answer the phone. So anyways, but well, it sounds like we're winding down.
I think so. Brother. How's we got a good time on that, yeah?
Yep. And we're gonna enjoy. I'll upload this, and as soon as it uploads, I will send you a copy.
Excellent, brother.
Much love, brother. You have a good one. God bless.
You too. God bless.